I was in a bad situation. Like I was in church but not doing what I was supposed to be, supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And because I was so consistent in doing the wrong thing, I'm like, how can I be this man of God, this man of faith, if I'm dabbling in sin? And that took me to like a really dark place. I want to work things out. I want it to be, to where we eventually grow. My actions wasn't saying that. So what I had to realize is that I had to humble myself and be honest and consistent with my communication. Because even if I am feeling like what you're saying, wanting to give up, express that.
Welcome to episode 49 of Things That Come Up with my boy, my brother, my geyser, Kenny Macklemore, or how you say it?
Nah, yeah, you hit it.
Right?
You got
Kenny
it.
Macklemore. Yo, clap it up for my boy.
Clap it up for yourself too, man.
Nah, I'm alright, bro. I'm alright. Yo, this guy is one of the most encouraging people of all time. Like when you go down like the line of like the world, like of all time human beings that are encouraging and loving and discerning, you're top 5. Like I don't know how you're not top 5, bro. It's been a blessing knowing you. It's been a blessing working with you, serving with you, growing with you, man. And bro, I know for a fizzy fact that this time today is gonna be outrageous. Outrageous. Welcome in. How you feeling, bro?
Thank you, bro. Man, God is good, man. And I appreciate all the little sentiments, and it's a honor to be here, bro. I'm excited, and I love you, man. Like I'm so glad that God connected us when He did. Because you have encouraged me, and if it wasn't through words, it was through actions. Like the way that you lead is encouraging to me. It's encouraging to all of us. So if I'm a top 5 encourager, you're top 5 leader for sure.
Oh,
for sure, bro. For
that.
sure.
I do not know.
Sure.
I haven't even let nothing. I haven't let nothing yet to be top 5 leader.
Oh, come on now, come on.
I mean, a little bit, but
It start with a little.
That's true. It does start with a little. Man. So the episode title is entitled I Almost Gave Up. I don't always say that in the beginning. I usually do it after, but or when I post it. But I really feel like I want to give the viewers a taste of what this is going to be about, of us not giving up, or us almost giving up in a sense on different things. I mean, I would assume it's about love, and that's what I felt in my spirit was about love and things that I've been through, you've been through. So y'all didn't know that this man just got engaged. He is engaged August, right?
August, yes.
August, what day?
August 3rd.
August 3rd. Yeah, man. I mean, it's so inspiring. I think seeing Christian men, take that step and to be accountable and to be aware and to use wisdom and to do it, do it God's way, to be doing it God's way, which isn't perfect, but it's still God's way. To do it God's way is a blessing to see that. And, I'm just blessed, man, to have the covering, at Saints and with you, my brothers, and you guys doing your thing and growing. And I'm blessed, man. So just congrats to you on that step of faith, because it's a faith step, man. It's a faith step, especially when you have history of using faith and it not going in a certain way.
That's good.
So it's even more of a faith step when you have to do that.
Yep. That's good.
Yeah, man. So how you feeling about that? How are you feeling being engaged?
Well, congratulations to you too, man, because that's a blessing. And now, yeah, God is good, bro. Like it's a walk by faith and not by sight. And I love that you pointed out the fact that there's been times in the past where we walk by faith,
for sure,
and it didn't go the way we wanted, and that can be very discouraging. So to be here now is it's exciting. I've never been here before. As far as I've never been engaged before. Yeah. So like it's exciting, it's brand new, and it's like stretching in a way. Like that's why it's a good stretch. It
is. So walk me, if you want to, if you feel comfortable enough to walk me through moments when you wanted to give up. Or a moment. Could be one moment, could be two, could be three, you know.
Man.
You know, walk me through, you know, the process of you almost wanting to give up, and some things that came up, you know, with you wanting to give up.
You know, I was thinking about it, and you know, I'm so grateful that you had came to me and asked, and well, pretty much said like what the intention was of the show, because it helped me to realize there was confirmation that this had to be spoken about. Because what I realized about myself is that though I didn't say it like verbally, my action said it. Because I was in my head, this is not gonna work. It's too hard. We're not seeing eye to eye. And then I would show it in my actions. So like, though I'm saying no, I want to work things out, I want it to be, you know, to where we eventually grow. My actions wasn't saying that. So what I had to realize is that I had to humble myself and be honest and consistent with my communication. Because even if I am feeling like what you're saying, wanting to give up, express that
To
to her.
Okay. Yeah.
To God, right? Because bro,
I was gonna say he'll yeah. To God, yeah, and to her,
knows. Right, and to her. And I think also having like wise counsel around you, you know, like having someone to talk to, like, hey, I'm feeling like this, and it's leading me to do this, because I truly believe that when you confess your sins, the prayer of the righteous avails. So like as long as you're honest and consistent in that honesty, then because those thoughts are gonna come.
Oh, they're gonna come all the
even
time.
when we get married. It's gonna come. So consistency with your communication for sure is key.
So I feel a cough, but what made you almost give up?
I think her not going for my past, like the things I should do in my past.
So wait, so look, I want to clarify, because I'm thinking about two different give ups. I'm thinking about prior to her.
Oh,
giving
okay.
And also that too. I want to, because I didn't think I want to go to that too, but I want to know, like, when, like, did you feel like giving up prior to her?
Oh yeah. Whew.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then explain, you know, the giving up, or not giving up, but like, you know, like the thought of, man, like, what is this? What's gonna happen? Like, what do we do? Da da da. Give me that too. So give me like the prior to your fiance. Like, did you ever want to give up? And what was that moment when you wanted to give up?
Nah, that's good. Yeah, prior to that, you know, I was in a bad situation. Like I was in church, but not doing what I was supposed to be, you know, supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And because I was so consistent in doing the wrong thing, I'm like, how can I be this man of God, this man of faith, if I'm dabbling in sin? And that took me to like a really dark place. Like just
Now what year was that?
this was, what's this, 2022. 2022.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
2022.
I like that.
'Cause,
I think I met you in 2022.
I did.
I met you in 2022. Yeah, I remember Domino Park.
Bro, I think about that all the time, bro. Think about that. That was a beautiful time.
It was
Beautiful
fun.
time. But I mean, not even just with love, you know, with dreams, you know, my goals and ambitions and stuff like that. I think at least in that aspect, like goals and ambitions, I've always was like, I don't care how hard it is, like I'm gonna stay with it. I feel like that it's at the point. I feel like that's all I had.
Yeah.
So I wasn't gonna give that up.
It's funny because I kind of hear two things. I hear you saying, you know, I wanted to give up, but not giving up was all I had. Which is crazy to me. It's not. It's like, wow, like you wanted to give up, but not giving up was all you had to. That's all you knew to do was not give up, but you wanted to at the same time. So I think that's how God works. I think God gives us life things to go through that challenge our perspective and they challenge our posture. like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, cool. Like you want to give up, but you know you can't give up. So what's your posture now? When you're in between two different things. Yeah, man, I just love that. So I mean,
that was good, by the way. No, I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to think about, you know, like what like God is kind of like, it's like downloading.
No, yeah. Sometimes you gotta let it sit
into my spirit. What was the process between going from not giving up or giving up to not giving up? Like, what was like what made you what? Give me your process behind not giving up.
Time. Time. Everything it is healed over time. And humility. Because I'm telling you, pride comes before the fall. If you don't allow yourself to feel and express the frustration, the agony, if you don't really acknowledge that it's there, then it's just gonna build into like a whatever kind of attitude. Like it's never gonna happen. But if you sit with your falls, your mistakes, then over time you realize it was never meant to hurt you, but to build you up. Yeah. So that way, like what you were saying about, you know, God knows. Yeah. Like He's revealing to us the anxieties of our heart, what we may rush into. He's revealing it, and at the time it doesn't feel good, but over time He showed why He did that. It
makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think any human likes going through things. I've never met one who likes going through tough times. It's not fun. It doesn't seem fruitful when you're in the dirt. Oof. You know what I'm saying? But I can't say you and Elisha, bro. I can't say nothing around you, yo.
Listen, bro. I tried
to keep it in. Can't say nothing around y'all. Golly.
Keep it in, bro. I tried. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's fine. Nah, but I feel like, you know. Oh my God, I just feel like everyone hates rock bottom, but rock bottom is where the soil meets. Like it's like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be at my worst. But where does the plant grow from? The dirt.
Keep going, bro. Keep going, bro.
So it's like, bro, I just feel like, man, I mean, I'm grateful that you didn't give up. I'm grateful that you decided to stay humble, stay true to God's word, and stay true to His path for you, man. It's so admirable, and I think people think it's easy. It's so not easy. It's not easy to do things God's way when we've all done them the wrong way and chose the wrong way, and to bounce back and choose the right way while you want to do the wrong way still. It's not easy, bro. Right. People think, oh, you just love God, Christianity's great. It's great. It's dope. It's great and all, but bro, it's not for the weak. And I think the devil knows that. So he picks out the weak to see if you're weak or not.
Come on.
Enough to stay with the path of God. So you're engaged now.
Praise God.
Right? Yes, you're engaged now. Yes. So what, before you got engaged to her, you mentioned the giving up thing too. Like, what almost made you, or both of you, or her, I don't know, what, share me the story between the giving up with, you know, with who you are with right now, with your fiance, and what that looked like before this.
For sure. But before I even answer that, so real quick, because you are like incredible, bro. Like when you preach on Fridays, you know, it's while I'm serving, you know, I gotta, you know, I'm sorry, bro, but I'm sorry, bro. But it's like I'm in, you know, in different places, so I sometimes I don't get to like really sit the way I want to. But to be here like right now, and just like it's now I see the people, like the teens, how they receiving it. It's fire, bro. So
man, it's all right, bro. It's all right. It's all right.
I don't know.
It's all right, bro. I'm just, man. I think, you know, I often no, I do appreciate compliments, you know, for sure. And, you know, as humbly, man, if people knew, man, like,
it's like what you said.
If people knew like the journey it takes to even get up there every Friday, dude, I don't think that maybe people would want it personally, or they would desire it. I don't even desire it per se. I desire to do what God wants you to do, and it happens to be that's what it is. But yeah, man, people know, man. I mean, all these teens be like, "Oh, I'm nervous to sing." I'm like, bro, like, man, Fridays they're cool and all, they're cool after, but during it, man, it ain't. I don't eat much. I'm pretty nervous most of the day. So yeah, man, I'm like, yeah, it's cool. I'm just blessed to be able to have a voice to share who God is in my life, and just to really, my main thing is letting them know, yo, just do it God's way, man. That's my mantra, man. Just do it God's way. It's not gonna be perfect. You're not gonna be all pretty and all great all the time, but there will always be fruit behind God's way.
Amen.
But thank you, bro.
I'm sorry, bro, because I'm here firsthand receiving, and it's a beautiful thing. I love you, bro.
Love you too, man.
But leading up to getting engaged, what I would say caused potential breakup and going other ways was myself. Like I really was not in a place to like really understand how God has blessed me with this person.
Can I say me too?
Oh, bro. Whew,
me
bro.
2, me 3, me 4. I am in the same exact boat, bro. Same boat.
I'm telling you, man. And the fact that, that they still here, that they said yes, like it just further confirms how incredible, our fiancés are. And because I know for me, if things weren't going what I envisioned or like the way I wanted to, I would use that as a crutch.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so if it's not going this way, fine. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to do that. And it maturity is something that I'm appreciating with my fiance, because dealing with females in the past, you get to a point where it's like, I was able to get away with this. She allowed me to do this. Okay, so that means I'm going to be able to do it the rest of my life until you meet that person like, oh, that's not okay. No, thank you. And I would just say, just for me anyway, that her helping me to face my past and to step up and be a man, it was like a make or break thing, but more so make, because now I realize why it was important to her, but more important to God. Because like he needs me to be what she was drawing me, like getting me to. So I thank God for her and her patience, man, for real. Beautiful soul, man. I ain't gonna cry up here.
Yeah, cry, bro. Nah, it's. I mean, it's. I'm in the same boat. I mean, I think Bianca asked me. Someone asked me, like, how'd I know she was the one? I said, when I got myself better, I knew. When I said, Mike, you gotta lock in, like, grow. I say this story a lot, so this is a long story. I'm trying to say it slowly and precisely. So remember, I was at the college level. I was doing the teams and training them, everything. So I was away with the baseball team, like 2020, May of 2023. Yeah. We're traveling. I never dealt with leaving well. I didn't like, traveling was cool, but I didn't like leaving. I never been someone who I was always away from dating. I just didn't deal with that. So it was tough to deal with that. My first stint with the team and her being with her, and it was we were just started dating. If that same year, it was tough, but so I left on the bus, blase, and she was in school, so she was very stressed out. She was this and that, and I'm a very like, I have to know that things are fine. I have to know and like feel like it's fine and know it, and it has to be tangible. I have to like give me a text, give me an emoji. So when I didn't get that from her, sometimes I didn't know her as well in 2023. We just started. I'm like, and the thing is, I was, because of past trauma and past failure and past hurts and all this other stupid stuff that I went through that I was bringing to this, I would interpret her being busy or her this and that as, oh, she doesn't love me anymore. For some it is correlated, or she didn't want to be with me, or I'm a bother to her, or so one time I said I love you to her on the ride there. I'm on the bus. I love you. And I was already in my head. I was overthinking. I was anxious. I was a mess, man. I was a mess back in that time. Just my mind was just bugged out. And she didn't say it back. So then I'm like, oh, and it was so the devil. It was so the devil. I'm like, oh man, she don't love me. Yo, da da da. It's horrible. It's over. And I said, oh, like you didn't say it back. And she's like, what? She said, oh, I didn't notice. I didn't say anything. And so I'm like, man, like, you again, Micah John, overthinking. This isn't that. She said, oh, I love you. I just said no, da da da. I mean, she was so like, and honestly, recently I didn't say it back, and I forgot to say, because I'm just busy. I didn't even obviously texting back and responding, like kind of like what's it called? Like what's the name of it? Autopilot. I'd be whatever. So long story short, you know, that caused definitely a rift because I'm in Maryland, she's in Brooklyn, so I'm just like, and it was just bad. She you know, she was frustrated that I kept, and it wasn't the first time. That was like the third time that happened where I overthought it, and I was this and that, and I was in my head and anxiety and this and that. And it was solely based off past trauma. Like, this is past trauma. I just did not address anything. And I thought, and I realized even more that you don't know you're healing or you healed until you have to do what you're called to do in the moment. Healing is cool and all until you could actually apply your healing in a moment of trigger. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I'm healed. Okay, cool. Let something trigger you, then you figure out if you're healed or not. And I wasn't healed. I was not healed. It was very evident I wasn't healed, and that bothered her. And because I was her real first relationship, you know. So it was really, really, really tough. So I'm in the hotel, bro. I remember it, bro, verbatim. I'm in a hotel, right? And we're not doing great. It felt it was like 6 months in, we weren't doing good. You know, I'm in the couch, I'm praying, room by myself. I hear a guy say, "Yo, like what are we doing?" Mm-hmm. like I'm sitting, and I don't think I've ever felt him that strong. Like I'm sitting on the bed, and I literally feel, because there's two beds in there, because it's only me, but it's two beds. I literally feel, I'm sitting on the bed. I literally feel a presence that obviously that was God, almost like sit from me, like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Like, if you don't get your act together, it's done. I'm like, bro. He said, I literally felt like a signal of like, "Yo, if you don't get your act together and just trust me, this is the third incident of this. This is the last straw." I never felt such a strong like sense of like, yo, like he was like ringing my neck, like, "Yo, if you don't get your stuff together and trust me and start really working towards healing your heart and your mind, it's done. This is it. There's no fourth time. This is it for you, for her, if you don't lock in." So trip goes by. We get you know, I get back to Brooklyn and New York, whatever, and we have Misfit that Friday. So, and then we haven't addressed each other about it really up until that moment. We had good interaction, but you can tell it was something wrong. We get into Brooklyn, and we're driving to Misfit. We had to talk about it in the car. We're both crying. She's like, "I don't know what to do. I never gone through this before. Blase, blase. You know, I'm going through a lot. It's just stressful, and I don't want to have to worry about, you know, like having to act a certain way for you to believe me and trust me. It's all this stuff." And she's crying. I'm like, "Yo, like in that moment, bro. We're outside of Misfit, both crying. No one knows it. No one knows this happened." Oh,
I remember this shit.
Oh, you remember? Yeah. So So man, but it was crazy that, you know, we're in the car and I'm like, "Yo, all I'm thinking this time was, Micah John, messed up again." All I thought, man, like, I messed up again. Is it gonna be because of me? Because I was aware of. It was almost as it's almost as like an addict. You're like it's a self-destructive addiction that I think I was in, you know, from past trauma that I didn't deal with, of just, you know, just being in myself and it's just a lot. But yo, is it like 6 months in? It was a good ride. I was in the moment. I was fully aware of accepting my failure. Like, yeah, hey Mike, this is on you. Like, the past times you can argue it wasn't on you for sure. This is on you. This is on you. I was that night. I was prepared to not be with Bianca in May of 2023. That is dub. So we wipe our tears. We walk in. "Hey, what's up, yo? Miss it, yo." Not good. So, yeah, man. I walk in and you know the story. You know, Mama Maria. It's like, "Pa, how are we doing?" I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. She's like, "No, like, you're not good, Pa." I'm like, "Mom, fine." I'm like, "Mom, I'm good. Like, why are you asking?" She's like, "Pa, you're not good." I'm like, I'm crying, and she's like, "Yo, you know, like, She's like, yo, Micah, like, do you want to lose her? I was like, and that's how I knew. That's why I knew it was God for us, because she didn't know nothing about this. I'm in Maryland, bro. I'm in Maryland. No one's told her about this. No one said this. No one's told Mama Maria this. She says, yo, like, do you want to lose her? I said, no, I don't. She said, okay, Pa, well, you're a great young man. She's a great young woman. And she's crying too. She's like, I'm like, I've never had such an encounter. Basically, it was basically, you know, it was an angel of God, and I love Maria, but the angel of God through her was like, yo, what I told you in the hotel was right. I'm like, okay, God. And we had a moment during service. She saw me crying. She said, I love you. It's not, we're good. We're good. And then I went to therapy, July of 2023. So 2 months after, and I've never looked back, and it's been the best decision I've ever made in my life. Yeah. So same thing of getting in the way. Yeah, bro, it's crazy what God does. He is the all-time restorer. But yeah, man, so it's definitely it's crazy to see what God has done. But yeah, I was in the same boat of just, you know, letting myself get in the way of God's blessing for me. And then I realized, again, because she was so pure and so her, it showed me more of how much I wasn't, and how much I couldn't let go of, and how much I had to let go of the past. So I'm like, oh, you're blessing me. I'm blessed, man. Bianca says, no, I'm so blessed, babe. Like, you don't really get it. Like, yeah, I thank God that I'm a good man, and you know, she knows that I'm a good man. She's blessed to have me. She says that, but like, you don't really get it. Yeah, I've been through kind of more than she has, so I have a lot of past hurts more than she has. So like, yeah, you don't quite get it. I'm blessed, you know, and yes, we're both blessed, and I get that, but I don't know you really get it. I don't really get how blessed I am, babe. So yeah, that's my story, man. With that, so similar, you know, I'm not sure if you diving deeper to that for you, but that was my story of just, you know, almost giving up, and almost at the brink of giving up, and then just God, you know, restored me, and yeah.
Wow, I mean, first and foremost, God is good, man. God is
too good. There's that Drake song. I'm too good to you. That's God. That's God, bro.
Man, and I mean, I just want to, you know, just thank you for that, because when she says that she's blessed to have you, I just want to say that at least from what I see, and even for this moment, it takes a lot for a man to be like, this is me. I'm getting in the way, and I'm gonna do something about getting in the way. It takes a lot, bro, because I'm sure you might have met men in your life, and I know how I have, that have past trauma, but they live with it. They don't deal with it, they live with it. And these men I'm talking about anyway, they're like 30, 40 years old, and you know, and now it's like they're creating a generation of trauma instead of a generation of peace. So, you know, I just want to just take that time to honor you, bro, because to when God is doing something and we have that encounter, like, and he's talking to you, like, this is what I want for you, at that point, we still have free will.
Yeah, we do.
Unfortunately.
We do. Yeah,
unfortunately. We do. And you chose the narrow gate. You chose it.
Yeah.
So for that, you know, I honor you, bro.
Funny, bro. When we first started dating, I told my mom it's gonna either end fast or last forever. And God told me when I asked her to be my girlfriend, this and that, you know, he said, Micah, this is going to be your greatest faith walk ever. Up until now. Up until, you know.
Yeah.
He said, Micah, this journey of you and her is going to require the most faith you will ever are going to have to give, because it's going to go against all that you think you know. And I knew that. I knew it when I first started dating her, and I knew how she was. I'm like, oh, I'm starting to see what he meant and how much I was lacking. But from the jump, God said, Micah John, this is going to be the biggest faith test of your life, because you're going to have to go against what you think you know in your flesh and in your past and face it to go to what I want you to do. So, yeah, it's been crazy, bro. And it's been true. It's been the biggest faith walk of all time that I've ever experienced, so good, by far.
And you getting through it. Y'all getting through it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
So, I feel like we kind of missed a little bit of what the giving up was about you, with you, and so as far as like, so what was getting in your way? Like, if you want to dive into, if you want to.
Nah, for sure. I mean, so my fiance, and is big on like attending services together. You know, like sitting together. I never realized how big that was,
Bianca
bro.
too, though. Because when I first started serving more and I wasn't sitting with her as much, she was like, "What's going on, bro?" I was like, "I'm not doing what I'm just serving." She's like, "Yeah, but you could," because her idea of me going there fully was us being together more, but which is cool, but bro, like I gotta serve, like, you know, but yeah, so it's the same thing.
And that's why we are blessed, right? Because hey, God is using them to wake us up, right? So, you know, it was a service that you know, we attended. Well, she attended, and long story short, I did not put the effort that she was looking like to receive. She's been telling me continuously it means something to her if we sit together, and me being in my past, like, not thinking much of it, right? Like, she'll get over it basically. And you know, I don't think, even to this day, I don't think she realized that she had walked past me, because I ended up coming and like to try to get next to her, but she had walked past me. I knew she walked past me, but she didn't know that she walked past me. But Mama Maria came to me, and same thing she said to you, like do you want to lose her? Like is this what you really want? And you know, I left and I went to go sit next to her. Well, sit next to her. I went to go outside to talk and things like that. And it was just like a few occasions, like just as something as simple as she telling me what she wants and me not being a man of my word, you know? And I think for me growing up, I didn't have a consistent person to look at, like, hey, that's how I want to be with my wife. That's how I want to be when I'm a man. It was just always trauma, agony, pain, suffering. That's all I knew growing up. Yeah. So when I'm entering a place of peace, I don't know how to maintain it. Because the second, like what you said, with the trigger, is like, well, in my past, it was go to this.
Oh my God.
Go to that, and then... So that's why, like, I'm truly blessed to have her, because it takes patience. It takes this Holy Spirit to deal with someone who is causing you pain, causing you like so many things, but they're looking past that and they're listening to what God is telling them about you. So, yeah, I love you, baby. If you watching, well, I know you're gonna be watching, but.
Yeah, she better watch this.
She better, yeah.
She better watch this. That's man, I think similar again, you know. I think sometimes what I've realized is we have to adjust and change the place where our peace lives. Wait, because look. There is peace in the triggers. Because when you only know triggers, you find you build a home within your triggers. So even though they're bad for you, all you know is triggers. So that's the flesh knows and it's peaceful around the triggers. So I feel like it takes growing and learning to build a home where peace should actually live. You know what I'm saying? It's tough because we wanna be right. We want to do our thing. We want the flesh to win because even though we don't want to, but it knocks on our door every day. The flesh isn't just physical things. It's mental. It's emotional. It's spiritual. So bro, man, it's just like, wow, like. As you said before about triggers, I've also, placed my tent in unhealthy triggers and unhealthy things that have happened to me where, I can actually build my home on a good thing. That's something that's not going to leave me hurtful or pain or distraught or, whatever, or suffering. Like, so I think people often have trouble, building their home in the right sense of peace. Does that make sense?
You better preach, bro. You better do it, man.
No, because I really feel like, you know, it takes a lot of discipline, being consistent, trusting God to say, God, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna forget about what I've been through. Like, oh, whatever, you know, I'll forget about it. But I'm gonna actually do my best to just, you know, trust you with where you have me in this place of peace. That's actually peace, not a false sense of, oh, I'm just gonna be here, whatever. No, it's actually peace. It's peace. You're good. Relax. But yeah, I think sometimes triggers can be disguised as peace, and it's not peace. It's just unhealthy thoughts and triggers that the devil, you know, brings, and we also feed too. We be feeding the triggers. We be feeding the flesh too much.
You mind if I say something to that, like real quick? Because I want you to keep going, because you on to something. There's always gonna be a battle between flesh and the spirit. The winner is always gonna be whoever you feed more. But please continue, because you on to something. You cooking with some grease.
Oh my God, I can't talk to this guy.
I'm telling you, bro. Like
I cannot talk to this guy, bro. Because it's true. It's true. Like, I think I saw something recently on my Bible app about like feeding the flesh and feeding different things. Like, it really is true. Like, you are what you feed. Like, if I'm feeding myself hot Cheetos every day, fast food every day, I'm gonna be a product of what that is. My fruit's gonna show. Yeah, I'm not healthy. But if I'm having, you know, vegetables, you know, the right balance of nutrients, then I'm gonna be able to live a fruitful life because I'm feeding myself the proper things. But it really is as simple as, what are you feeding? Like what are you feeding? Is it if it's Instagram, if it's scrolling, if it's views, if it's likes, if it's attention, and then you're gonna your fruit and your response will always be geared towards that.
Yeah.
But if you're feeding yourself, you know, the word, prayer, community, brotherhood, sisterhood, whatever it may be, then your fuel. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's about to come. Come on.
I think you know, a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
mm-hmm.
Cars need fuel.
Talk to me. Come on. Come on. Let's go. I'm geared up.
All right. Cars need fuel. We agree on that, right?
Agree.
Cars need fuel. If I have a big old truck that runs on diesel, why would I feed it regular gas? Why? Why would I feed it regular gas if it runs on diesel? Same as Christians, right? If you're a Christian out there, we are royal priesthoods. We are called according to his purpose. Why are we feeding ourselves garbage that can't energize us to fulfill our lives properly? It makes no sense. And I'm a victim of it. I'm not saying, oh, I know. No, it's because I know I've done bad. I know that I have been fueling certain parts of me that aren't godly. So I know. I'm not saying, oh, no. I know that I have fueled myself in the wrong ways. So I know that, wait, if I'm a child of God, trying to grow, get better, all this stuff, like, why am I feeding myself Instagram all day?
Yeah.
YouTube all day? Why am I feeding myself, I don't know, whatever it may be. I just feel like I can't afford to feed myself the wrong fuel. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that was God is so good, bro. God is so good
all the time. But that right there, that was a word, bro. That was a word, bro. Please, you would still be humble, bro. But when you make your clips and your promo, please, bro, please. You know what? Even if you don't, I will make sure like I screen record it and I promote that. But I got you, bro. Don't even worry about it. Because if without throwing like I guess going anywhere else is like
go, bro. I don't like notes, but I don't care. I had it there just to make sure, but we can go wherever you want to go.
Nah, I want to stay with you.
I don't want to keep you so long.
Nah, listen, bro. We here. God is with us, man. But I was just gonna say in regards to the analogy, like what you said, like sometimes, even like you said, if something's operating off fuel, why would you? But sometimes we know that gas is all we have, right? Like, let's say, like, there's no other. Right?
Continue.
Like, it's just what we need at the gas station, and we can either get it or don't, right? So, how many times I know for myself, especially in regards to relationships and my past, that I was on halfway, and I know I needed to go like another 30, 40 miles. And I'm like, I'm not gonna go to the gas station. I'm not gonna get recharged. I'm not going to get replenished. I'm going to keep going on the wear and tear. And I'm going to just keep going. And then I'm going past it. And then God is so good that even though you don't see a sign that says there's a gas station here, you'll drive past and there's a gas station right there. And we just keep going until we empty. And then it's like, well, God, what do you want me to do? He was like, well, I've been trying to tell you for the last 3 exits, like, there's a gas station here. You're empty. I'm just feeding off your energy, bro.
I think, you know how, the car, like, shows you.
Talk to me.
When you're on E.
Talk to me.
Which, in a car sense, is good. It's good, because it shows us where we're at. But I think there are some people, some Christians, namely me sometimes, you all go through it, that don't know when they're on a half tank. Because they rely on others to tell them that they're on a half tank. So they don't know God's voice enough to know, wait, I'm on half tank, I'm on E, but they rely on different things to tell them that they're on E. Or that they're on a half tank. So I think that's the problem, because I think while while cars should show you and tell you, but man, I feel like I feel like we're better than cars. Like we're better than cars, so we should know. Wait, I'm on half tank.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't have to rely on something else to tell me. Oh, I'm on half. Oh, I'm on E. No, I should know God enough. I should know God enough to know. Wait, yeah, I need to get gas. I need to get the right fuel. Nothing to. I think.
Yeah, come on, keep it coming.
Also, the other problem is that people don't know their vehicle.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? People don't know their vehicle, so they think they're driving a Honda Civic, but they're driving a Ferrari. Whatever car needs diesel. I don't know. I'm not a big car guy, guys. I'm sorry, but part of it is that we don't know ourselves enough. We think we're this and that, but no, you're not. You're this. You're not this. You are a Ferrari. You're not a whatever. You're not a Honda. You're not. You need premium gas, bro. And we think we just are different things that we're not. And we get lost because we don't know who we are to put the right fuel in our bodies and put the right fuel in our minds and our spirits. We don't know enough of ourselves or of God. So it's feeding. I think the problem isn't what you feed; it's who you know you are. You know what I'm saying, because you know who you are, then you'll get yeah. If you know who you are, you'll feed yourself the right things naturally. For the most part, you'll mess up sometimes for sure. But the start of it all, the start of what you feed is knowing what you're feeding, who you are. Oh my goodness!
I got one more. I promise. One more. And
tell me.
That was that. That was that. And also, how much are we really willing to invest in who we are? Because
oil change.
Talk about it.
Tire rotation.
Listen, I know for me, I maybe other people relate, but when I see a check engine light, my heart skips a beat. It's like, because I know it's going to require something. I'm going to have to give something.
And want to know what shows you that engine light?
Come on.
The operating system.
Come on.
The operating system in a car shows you when you need a change. And oftentimes, God is saying, hey, you need to change this. Something's wrong. But we think we know more than the operating system that we're driving. Which leads us to be on the side of a road asking God, well, what happened? Why is my car broken down? My guy, I've been told you the light's on. The check engine light is on. But we ignore it because we don't trust the operating system.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Oh my Jesus.
Exactly.
Jeez Louise.
Exactly.
I knew, yo, this is your fault. Guys at home, listen, this is all Kenny's fault. This is what I knew I couldn't have him on the podcast. I knew I felt today like I can't have this man on this podcast, bro. I can't have him. I cannot have him because he just brings out the inner, deeper spiritual me, and I just can't stop talking. I'm just being downloading all this godly information that he brings out of me. It's your fault, bro.
God is good, bro. This sermon.
I mean, I gotta preach. I gotta preach the 1st of November, so I'm writing things down. I gotta see what I'm talking about.
That's fire, and we out of school that day too. So
are you?
Yeah, November 1st.
Okay, dope. I know that.
Whew.
Wow. Well, I might have to change this this topic.
It relates.
It does relate.
It relates.
It does relate.
At the 6-month mark for you, 6-month mark for me.
It was 6 months?
6 months.
Yo!
6 months.
That's
3
crazy.
to 6.
Wow. So I want to walk through, you're engaged, and even if prior to that, it's what we all deal with. What are some things that have come up when it comes to godly boundaries in relationships? Like, what are some things that come up for you? If you want to, obviously, we got to keep some things, or whatever, but what are some things that you have seen, you've experienced that you feel like, people need to know about, setting appropriate boundaries while being engaged, or even, first of all, dating in general, but engagement feels even deeper. So you want to naturally, probably do more. So like, what are some things you can speak to, and some things you've gone through that, can help others understand how to keep certain boundaries as a Christian dating and now being engaged?
For sure. And that was, that was a big thing, because for me, I've always been, not always, but pardon me, since I got saved and started walking with God, I realized how much of my calling is like to grow with believers and like help people in their walk. And when you get in a relationship, things change. Is you want to be able to help a lot of people. You want to be able to say encouraging things to other people. Yeah. And then it's like you forget about your first ministry, which is at home. Yeah. And I know for me, making that adjustment, because I had a lot of sisters that I was close with prior to getting in a relationship and then eventually getting engaged, that, I maintained because it was like, I'm helping and vice versa. But when you get into in a relationship, and I find myself saying this to my kids, if you have to think about it and it doesn't feel right, chances are it's not. Chances are it is not. And the best thing I would encourage the next person in that situation to do is don't take that step without your partner knowing, or like if you already feel like it's not right and you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, then that's already half the battle. Yeah, like you're already halfway there. So, but you're not in the door yet. Yeah. You have the chance to pull back, but if if you're not willing to, and I think you touched on it too, if you're not willing to let go of some things, then you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose a lot. You're gonna lose a lot. So for me, I guess, long story short, it's just realizing that that she is my best friend, that she is the one I should be encouraging. And if there is a sister out there that needs encouragement, then point her to an older sister. You know, that's no longer my job. It should, even if you're single, you know, even if you're single out there, I at least from what I got from scripture is that older men should counsel the younger men. Older women should counsel the younger woman, and just for the sake of purity, you know. So, you know, once I got to that part, I'm like, you know what? Yes, I've been friends with a lot of people, but I'm not willing to lose you over her. You know, so that's it for me.
Yeah, I think but I meant so boundaries. I mean, so see, I think we're always on two boundaries with that, but also like even like like with you and her.
Oh, I mean, okay.
So no, that's good too. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
with like you know like like
okay. Yeah.
like the sexual boundaries.
Yes, okay, for sure.
Sexual boundaries, yeah.
Well, my wife, soon.
His wife, yes,
The-
his wife.
The love of my life is beautiful. She's inside and out beautiful. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier about how, like, in 2022, I was like dibbling, dabbling. Like I fell short, and I fell short like really bad. And once I realized that she was like the one I wanted to marry, which was like a month in, I automatically was reminded like what could lead me to messing it up myself. Like I know, like, oh my goodness, like when I say she is like beautifully made, she's beautifully made. I think what it comes down to is James 4:17 for me, and it's like it says, paraphrasing, but to know right from wrong, but to choose wrong is a sin. So I know that I haven't, you know, had any activity in a while. That if we end up just her and I alone at a certain time, that could be trouble. If we are like, hey, listen.
Is you know
No, you're right, yeah.
And even if this is for me, this is God, because it's something I went with you Sunday. I'll disclose after this, but even if nothing happens, that atmosphere is still not right. That's the problem. Because someone can be in a spot all the time. Oh well, they're not doing it. Yeah, but at some point, all it takes is one time to be caught in the wrong atmosphere. That's the issue. You know what I'm saying? It's just, so I think, even though, you know, it takes that one time, you say, you know, not being alone with her, but you can be alone or not, nothing happen, but still you feel you get confident. Oh, I'm good now. If we're alone, we don't do all we no, because it takes one time to be in the atmosphere.
And I'm so glad that you said that, bro, because is in my opinion what leads to sin over and over and over, is what you just said. I got it. I used to say that all the time, like, yo, I'm good, like, and then like God is just like, it goes back to the car analogy. Like, he seen like I needed gas, like I needed refueling, and I'm going past the gas station. Like, I think this is for relationship, for fighting with sins, stop saying I got it, because it's not you. And that's what I think once I got to that part, at least with the boundary part, realizing that I'm not in control, that my flesh is weak, and that if I believe that I'm going to like be the one that prevents us from things happening, then I'm gonna fail. So just leaving it to God. Word up.
Yo, atmosphere is everything. I thought I said that recently. Atmosphere. I kind of forgot what I preached about. I'm not gonna lie. It was something to do with atmosphere. I forgot, but yeah, man. I think sometimes in a weird way, success could be a crutch. Because you can succeed in that atmosphere once or twice and think, oh, it's fine. Oh, I'm good. We succeeded by not doing anything this time. So, we succeeded. Oh, we're good. I think success again, success in the wrong atmosphere can really jade your view of what's the truth is. And it's not, it's just, man, there's so many good nuggets in this episode, man. I can't even, how am I even gonna edit this? There's so many good things to talk about. It's
that's the grace to you, my brother.
Bro,
that's the grace to you, man.
It's wild. So you'd say that, atmosphere is like 90% probably of the battle when it comes to, abstaining or just even just keeping your flesh, keeping your flesh starving.
Yeah.
I think the atmosphere is, if you're trying to grow and get better and improve and, abstain from certain things, atmosphere is probably number one. Because if you're not around it, if you're not in a spot where you have a chance to do something, it probably won't happen. Obviously, we humans figure out things and we're creative, but for the most part, if you are not in the atmosphere of it, it'll be easier to abstain from certain activities with your spouse, with your premarital spouse. Yeah, bro, it's definitely tough. I think what gets people in trouble, me too, is there's so many gray areas in the Bible about certain things that we think, that aren't lawful but are expedient. I think the scripture says, but that we assume are fine, but gray can turn black quick.
Yeah, talk about it.
Gray can turn black real fast, and if you're not aware of what black really is and how it can just fat in a hurry go from gray, it can go from white to black quickly. Imagine from gray, you're already almost there. So gray, you might as well just be black at that point. But it's tough. So question, did y'all have, because me and Bianca kind of went through this a little bit, did y'all have different versions of what gray was and what black was as Christians?
That's a beautiful question. I think we've always been, just in regards to that particular question, like we've always been on one accord, like on what is acceptable, what isn't acceptable, just in regards to like that part. And I think it more so had to do with knowing what we did in our past, like knowing the atmosphere, with knowing, and you said it earlier too about the tents and where you put your tents, just knowing like we were putting our mentalities in a dangerous place, putting them in a dangerous place. So we already knew going into it that we weren't going to do the same thing, regardless of what like may appear feasible. Like there could be like a 5-star hotel for like with a deal, $100 for it. No trips, no, none of that. So yeah, I think going into the relationship, we already had that understanding because of what we've been through before.
Same. Yeah, I think me and Bianca went on a trip, I think to visit CB for his baby shower. And got a hotel with 2 different rooms. 2 different rooms. And yeah, I mean, there was not much of any, if at all. I mean, I helped her grade a test. She was teaching obviously still in the spring, but I had her grade a test. Helped her grade a test like I did before. I usually always do. And then I just, okay, bye. Or, barely even kissed. Didn't even, just, okay, I'll see you later. And it was very difficult, because again, the flesh is aware of the atmosphere too. So it's like, man, like the flesh is like you're in a hotel alone, like, oh, you'll be all right, and the flesh wants what it wants, unfortunately, and but it was difficult. It was one of the hardest things to say goodnight, to close that door and to walk to a different room. Man, I don't think people understand, bro. I don't think people really understand like the level of control in dying to yourself it takes to do that. Yeah. And to like have to lay in the bed like, man, I can't believe I got the most beautiful girl in the world. You know what I'm saying? and it's curtains. It's just you gotta just go to bed. Good night.
And
it's just not a kiss, nothing, because we know that's it. If we kiss, it's over. It's a dub. You might as well just say good night. It's over. So that's definitely difficult, bro. That's definitely difficult. And again, it goes to feeding yourself the right things.
Yeah. And that's why I think like intimacy is such a great gift from God. It's because like he understands, like Jesus understood, I think, better than all of us about like temptation and like what dying to flesh actually is. But it's like when you, and I had to talk with a few friends, like which one means more, like that 2-3 minutes or what, that short time of what you think is satisfaction, or a lifetime of peace, of eternity. Like which one would you choose? Like, because in that 4 to 5 minutes or whatever the time the time duration is, you feel like you're on top of the world, but then eventually you fall. And then it's like the other option is you get to the top of the world and you stay there. So like it's hard. It's very difficult, but God knows how rewarding and satisfying it is when that time comes.
And again, back to atmosphere. The atmosphere will change your judgment real quick to where the atmosphere will lead you to think, oh well, this moment matters enough, and the atmosphere will change your direction of your pathway, of your thoughts, because it'll quickly again atmosphere. When you're not in the atmosphere, it's way easier and it's more convenient to choose the right thing because you're in the right atmosphere. But in the wrong atmosphere, you have no reference but the wrong thing to do because you're in the wrong atmosphere. So there's nothing, oh, I'll be fine. No, you're gonna choose the wrong atmosphere, the wrong thing in the wrong atmosphere. It's easy math. Wrong thing, wrong place, wrong result. Right thing, right place, right result. It's not like it's, but our flesh makes things confusing. Yeah. Oftentimes. Yep. I want to pivot to to fatherhood. Whew. I want to pivot to fatherhood, man. How is it being a father, but honestly, how's it being a black father?
Oh man, thank you for that question, bro. Because a lot of people won't understand like the difference between like father and black father. One, because like for me, my biological father was never there. Like he left before I was born. I actually met him at the zoo when I was 9, and I seen him the day. Long story short, I seen him twice when I was 9, and then I never seen him again. So there's already a stereotype for black fathers that you're not supposed to be there. Like when I tell people, thank God, that I have full custody of my kids, it's like I've never heard of that. A single black father, I've never heard of it. So just, I guess, dealing with so much as far as things already being against you. One, because of your skin, and then 2, you're raising, like I got 2 boys, so that's another thing in itself. Raising black boys in this society is challenging. It could be very scary at times. But because my kids, Caden and Cameron, who I feel like are the best kids in the world, they make it so rewarding because they bring an element that I was missing, and that's love. My mom, God bless her, tried everything she could do, but it's like it's hard to raise a man from a mom's perspective, and so when they see my hurt, see my pain, see my trauma, and still choose to love me and like verbally say it, physically show it, it's a rewarding thing. It's challenging. They give me a run for my money, but I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Man, that's I just love God so much.
Yeah.
I love God so much because, man, God is the ultimate redeemer. He's the ultimate person to restore everything. And I am inspired by how you deal with it and just seeing how you father them, just seeing how you father, how you love them, how you just, you're stern, but you're very loving. You're very, it's just, man, oh my God, I wish we had people like you more in the world, bro. It's crazy. I mean, I honestly thank God, I thank God for you. I thank God for who God is in you. I thank God for who God's making you to be. I thank God, this is going to sound probably bad, but I thank God for your failure.
Yeah.
I teach the kids, the misfits, the worship, but like, fail today. Like, I want you to please mess up. Why do you want me to mess up? Like, I want you to fail, make a mistake, try something new, mess up, fail, do horribly, get embarrassed, because you're so young. And when you get older, curtains, it's over. I'm like, and I know it's not fun, but I try to put them in spots where they, yes, I have to use discernment and to know that I'm giving them a fair shot, at least, to not fail without any preparation. But I think Chase one time asked me, I asked him to give a few words about worship at the time, but what it means to him. He said, I don't know if I want to do it. I'm like, Chase, I don't mind you saying no. Like, no is fine. But what's the reason behind your no? If you're saying no because you're scared and because you don't want to, you're fearful of what might happen and what you're going to say, I want to challenge that, But if you're saying no because you just don't feel like God's giving you something to say, or you don't feel like, whatever it may be, if there's truth behind your no, I don't mind you saying no. I just want you to take a few minutes. I want you to really reevaluate your yes and your no. If it's no because you don't want it, you're just scared, and I'd say I want you to do it. But if you're saying yes to be out there and to be known and be seen, then I wouldn't do that either. I wouldn't say yes to be seen. I want I want your no to be a real no and rooted in truth, and yes to be truthful too. He said, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm like, good. Because because of something that I am now doing better with now is, being out there more and being confident in the voice God gave me. I didn't take it seriously younger, which is why I feel like behind the 8 ball a little bit with that. But I'm like, man, I really want to teach them what I didn't apply at their ages. Like, you can do it. Your age is but a number. And I want to give them, the platform to not let fear be the result. I want them to not be afraid of failing. Like I was always afraid of failing. I was always, not as much now. Certain things, yeah, but not as much now. But I want to give them the tools to see anything and to feel it. Like, yo, this is scary. This is gonna be hard. It's tough. I don't really want to do this. But I had the tools to know that it's the fruit that comes after it. That's what I want. I don't want the moment. I want the fruit that's after that moment. That's what my main thing. I don't like, the best feeling every week is after I preach. It's not before it. It's not during it. I'm not there for the stage and lights. Oh, I'm preaching. It's after. It's my greatest. I get so satisfied by seeing the fear every Friday and still doing it and saying, oh, God, thank you for carrying me through.
That's so good.
The challenge of doing this. So I'm like, man, Chase, you can feel so much better after you do it. We always see the during it and this and that. Yeah, but after it's going to be so much better when you're like, oh, I did that. Now I can do it again. Oh, okay, now I can do it, So I back to turn around, to you being a father and to you doing that, it took some failure to get to your promise. And you're living the promise of being a great father. And I just love how God works, and so he takes anything to make it great. God don't need a lot. God just needs 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. He don't need a whole full course. He just needs your yes. Honestly, like, yes, God, I'm gonna do my best, and he just transformed it to something that's beautiful that I am inspired by. But yeah, I and that's probably weird, but I thank God that you've had experienced life, and it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying, oh, you failed. No, I'm saying, but does that make sense?
No, yeah, for sure.
Okay, good, yeah. I'm not saying, oh my God, thank God. No, like I'm thankful that you allow God to use your life and be a poster man for black fathers, for black, not now, but black single fathers, and to say, God can do anything, and I'm happy that you didn't give up on that promise.
Nah, amen. And I mean, I received that, by the grace of God, man. And it says in the book of Hebrews that if you aren't disciplined, then you're not even a child of God. So like those failures, that you speak of, it's just those are disciplined moments because
it's true.
Yeah, we fail because more times than not we decided to do something that I don't think was a part of God's plan. So it's like if we feel like we fell short or like we don't feel good about it, it's God like gracefully and gently being like, you did this on your own. Now let's try to do it the way that I had it intended for you. So like I receive what you're saying. You're gonna be a great dad, bro. I'm telling you, like real quick, like just because like the way I watch and admire how you are with the teens, like with the example, because I'll never forget, when Chase had spoke, I wasn't expecting him to speak at all, because like he's very reserved, very smart, but also very reserved. So when he spoke with confidence. He spoke with something that he might not have known was in there until you pulled it out. Same thing with Julian and the whole entire worship team. And stuff like that is like all of the traits of a great dad. So being that you already have it at your age, bro, when that time comes in Jesus' name, you're going to be one of the greatest fathers ever, bro.
Jeez.
Come on now, we got to clap it up for my boy.
I hope that's the case, you know what I'm saying? And it will be the case. I believe in God and who he is, and how great he is. Not because I'm great, because how great he is, But, so, man, what are some things that have come up in co-parenting now? The big thing, right?
Yep.
Because she has two?
Yeah, she has three.
And you have two. Okay,
yeah.
So, like, what are some things that have come up in, like, the co-parenting space? Like what has been the case with that?
One band, one sound. One band, one sound. Is if anyone watching has ever like watched like a band play or like a musical performance, if one person is not like on the same chord with everyone else, you can hear it. And you can hear it, and it will be very visible, like very clear of like what the mistake is. And it's that's what the same thing, at least that's the analogy I felt led to. Oh, my fault. Yeah, that's the analogy I felt led to sharing, because when you have a blended family, you have one house that has a set of rules that grew up knowing a set of rules, and another one the same thing. So when you bring it in, there's going to be things that you guys won't agree with.
Tension, conflict,
and it's like how you dealing with your response. So one thing I thank God for is that he has quickly shown that the things that we both were uncomfortable with, things that we wanted to implement, and then us getting, like, gracefully getting to that spot, like, okay, I want you to do this for them, and I would like to do this for them, like that. Just having that open communication about expectations, and keeping it in prayer, because if you want something that God may not want you to do, then that could lead to the tension and everything else. So I just think, I thank God that we've been able to communicate, pray about what is that is needed for our children, and just doing it the way he wants us to.
How do you manage, like, I mean, you do a lot, you're about to be a father of 5. You're about to be a father of 5. You're a teacher, you're ministry, you're in a play at Saints Church, shout out Saints Church. You do a lot, and, you just got engaged, and you're in premarital counseling, all this other stuff, if someone asked you, man, like, how do I manage life better, like, what would you say to them?
And I appreciate the question, and I would love for you to answer as soon as because you too, man. Forget about it. If y'all could see this setup, bro, this is like $1 million setup. In
Oh,
here. Like
I wish.
Listen, man, it's a lot of time and money invested into where we at right now. But for me, it's tough because I think it's gonna sound cliche. It's just God, bro. Like and I wear it every day. Philippians 4:13. Like I could do all through Christ who strengthens me.
I have that tatted on my.
You feel me?
Yeah,
like
on my neck, yeah.
Come on now. So it's like it is a lot, you know. And I think what is important is to be intentional about your rest. Be very intentional about that window that God gives you. Like, because if you're doing X, Y, and Z, He's not going to be. He's not going to neglect the fact that you need to rest. It's just about, are you taking that opportunity to do so? So, you know, regardless of, like you mentioned, the play and everything else I got going on, God has made sure that He's going to give me a good 2 to 3 day weekend, or like it's going to come. It's just about what do you do in that time? Because at the end of the day, you know, I really feel like, you know, with purpose and a calling, that you're going to have like a busy life like this. I don't think it's going to be like a 9 to 5 setup. If you know, going after something, if you have a dream, to me anyway, like I don't feel like it's going to be like that. There's always going to be something. It's just about how, or like, what are you doing to prepare yourself for that? So, you know, I'm just intentional about my rest, the energy I give into these things, and the time, and just understanding that God is going to give me the rest I need when it's called for. And when it comes time to it, give it 1,000%.
I think, you know, just to round that up too, is I think you're just saying, you know, put God first.
Yeah. Thank you.
Put God first, and He will direct your steps of rest and of work.
Come on.
Which is tough for me too, to you know, no, it's not really tough. I just want to I wish I had more room to do more of this, which I still do it. Just I can't really complain. I have a great job, thank God. I'm not trying. God, don't take it away. I love my job. I'm blessed to have the job I have, you know. But I do believe the end goal isn't my career. It's something with this in ministry. So I think I'm in the as what they call, you know, purgatory. I'm like in between two different things, two careers. You know, so yeah, I mean I think, you know, once you put God first, he doesn't hide things, you know. He will direct your steps to rest and to work in the appropriate time. That is what's best for you. So I agree with those sentiments, man. What are your goals? You know, as we round it out, and I'll have questions after, but like, what are your goals for this next upcoming year? Let's say from October 16th, I think it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
16th to next year, the same time.
Well, the first goal for, I just want to say this, and I don't want to like get too, I'm gonna eventually say it, but to me, I do feel like there's a difference between goal and commitment, just to me, because I feel like with goals, they eventually come to an end, right? Whereas a commitment, it's longevity. So like, but you gave, like, you know, a time frame, so I guess it would be considered a goal. But my commitment for between now and next year would be to be the best husband I could be for the first year.
Hold up.
No, you good.
This guy angers me. This guy right here,
Oh, man.
he gets me enraged. I'm enraged. I'm enraged by the let's say it, sports. The otherworldly wisdom that you so consistently decide.
Listen, man, I'm
Wisdom is a decision. He consistently decides to walk and use wisdom in all that he does. And I have learned a ton from watching you decide to operate in wisdom. People think that wisdom is just some feeling you get, some things, just discernment. No, you have to actively decide to choose wisdom. And when you do that enough, you become like Kenny, where you are wisdom. Well, not what God's wisdom, but I'm saying, like, it's like wisdom becomes a part of your makeup, your as I say, your aura nowadays. That was so good. You know, there's a difference between goals and commitments.
Yes, man.
Oh, I'm gonna start asking that, bro. Like, what are your commitments? What are you committing to? The next year, next 5 year, whatever you're like. Not your goals are great, but what are your commitments? But yeah. So what are your commitments?
Man, I love you, bro. I'm telling you, man. Like you. I'm telling you.
No. See, he doesn't see that.
But yo, before we wrap up, I got some flowers for you, bro. Before we wrap up, but the first commitment for me, and a pastor had gave this to me. It's in Deuteronomy about how the first year of marriage is so important as a husband. You know, like at that time there was like to avoid war and stuff like that. But in this case, I would be receiving it as like to avoid conflicts that could damage, you know, what God is building together. So that's my commitment to be the best husband, to be a much better dad, and then also to enhance and grow my production company with music and films. Like I want to be able to put out something that is already. I mean, to me, I feel like I've put out stuff, at least to me, that changed the course of my life. But now I want to be more intentional about it changing the course of someone else's life. So, you know, between one project, 2 projects, pardon me. But yeah, those are my commitments. Those are my commitments. And I would love to hear yours as well.
My commitments is very, you know, similar. I mean, well, one, you know, is Jesus.
Yeah.
Man, don't know where I'd be without him. I don't want to know where I'd be without him. So he's number 1 on my list. Number 2 is, you know, it's that beautiful woman that God's blessing with, Bianca. That's number 2. That's number 2. One is God.
Yeah, same for me. I'm sorry. No. You're right. Thank you. See, look, this is wisdom. Come on, now, let's go. Come on.
Yeah, one is God. 2 is Bianca Ramos. You know, it is, you know, being the best fiance I can be, you know, and the best husband in a year. Well, in a year from now, you know, around that time, you know, I can be. But from now until then, being the best fiance I can be. And I have 3 rules I go by every day. It's being close to God, being accountable, and walking in wisdom.
Come on.
If I can check those 3 boxes off every day, I'm doing something good. And I know when I'm not doing those 3 things. So I'm super self-aware of that. But yeah, man. So commitments to God, 2, Bianca, 3. I mean, probably. To my family. You know, we've gone through a lot the past few months. So I think they're definitely, you know, that's definitely I mean, obviously she's part of the family too. I can't really put.
Nah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But not like they're third. But you know, it's just, you know, I think being tangible. Yeah. For my family. Not saying, hey, how are you? You know, and I don't know. I mean, I do. You know, I do have my own like beat to my own drum. I've always, as a kid, I've always, you know, been my own. I do my own thing. I'm where's he at? He's over like, you know, but. I get that from my older brother. He's just always like, you know, like where's he at? He's somewhere in summer. But I think, you know, I think being more available, you know, and, you know, being more available physically, which is difficult because I'm so busy, I guess. But, you know, when things happen, you know, how can I be available physically? Not just saying, hey, I love you, but can I be at an event? Can I be there? And I don't do a good job at that now. But that's, you know, I'm trying to commit to that a little more. Just 3rd, and then. I mean, the podcast, man, I mean, it's not really just a podcast, and God told me that in January, that things that come up is a media platform that happens to be a podcast too.
That's good.
So I think, you know, creating more content, getting better, I have a year. You know, I have a year. Obviously, you know, I'm gonna keep doing it forever. You know, but until I get married, you know, marriage changes things. You know, I know I have but so much time to have the freedom and my own agenda to come home and do this all day. I can't do that when I'm married, which is fine. I don't want to do that when I'm married, but I'm saying I know God said, yeah, you have a year to really maximize this season of where it's just still, you know, just you and just you in this, you know. While I love to get married as soon as whenever a guy wants it to be. It could be next fall, it could be in the spring. I don't really, you know, care. But up until I get married, I need to maximize this right now. Yeah. Because it's gonna change. And it should change. Yeah. It's gonna change. You know, I'm gonna still do a pod, but I'm gonna have to be, you know, I'm first is husband. Yeah. You know, so it's not gonna be coming home and this is coming home and what does my wife need, what does the house need. So I have a good, however long, at most a year, at least, whatever you want to put a time frame to just lock in on this and just maximize what this means. Yeah, I love it so. I mean, I didn't think I'd ever love this so much. I didn't think I'd love editing. So I didn't think I'd love this much. You know, so it took me for a loop. I can be up to editing to 5 a.m. and not be tired, but be so fulfilled. I just love. I love it so much. So is that you know, obviously, you know, there are some things coming up in ministry possibly for me, you know. So I think, you know, once that gets confirmed in me and Bianca's spirits, and then that gets talked about more and that gets confirmed, you know, that'll be up there for sure. You know, that'll be in the family category, because Misfit is just, you know, I can go on and on about what Misfit me has meant to me in my life, in my development, in my growth,
and what you mean to them. I had to throw that in there. Sorry, bro.
Nah, bro. Misfit. Yeah, I can go on and on and on about Misfit, and I'm just blessed to be there. I mean, I get fed. People think, you know, I feed them. Bro, they feed me. Like Misfit, the teens feed me. The teens give me confidence. Man, probably other than getting engaged this year, the greatest joy of my life has been Misfit worship. By far. Yeah. By far. Man. The greatest joy, I'm saying to the camera, besides getting engaged, the greatest joy of my life has been serving and leading Misfit worship. It's been the greatest joy, not music, seeing them grow, seeing them get better, seeing them develop, and is, you know, being a fly in the wall of their growth. I mean, has been the greatest joy of this year. Again, besides getting engaged. So yeah, just growing more there, man. Growing more at Saints. That's just the goal, man. Just being available to see what God wants to do in my life, and really applying what I've applied to others. Is just, you know, staring fear in the face, saying, "Yo, I'm not scared of fear. I see fear. I feel fear." Because courage is not the absence of fear. I think we all know that. Like, courage is not the absence of fear. It's saying I see fear, but I know who God is. That's what courage is. That's good. So, really putting my feet to the fire. Is that the analogy? Foot to the fire. Yeah. Something like that. Mm-hmm. Being accountable and trusting God for the present and the next, and moving forward and trusting Him that He's called me to some things that I gotta just, you know, trust Him for, even though I don't want to. But sometimes we all don't want to trust God for things that we know are gonna be tough. Right. But that is, but it's gonna be good too. I'm blessed to even be in the talks of just certain things. So yeah, man, those are my goals, man. God first, you know. 2 is, you know, being a great fiance, maximizing this time I have, being a great family man to my family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the podcast, the platform I have that has a podcast on it. You know, hopefully making more money with this at some point. You know, it's not about money. I love it without that, but it'd be nice to, you know, have some extra coin based on what I love to do. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man. Any questions for me? You have any questions? I always end with asking questions that you have.
I'm so glad you do, bro. Because I have a few questions. I guess, you know, without, you know, trying to go too much over time.
I'm good. I live here, so.
So I'm gonna ask it straight up, and then if I need to like further elaborate like what it means, then I'll do that. Where is Micah right now?
Where is Micah right now? That's a good question. aware. I'm probably the most aware I've ever been, and about life and different things. Just aware, very aware. Yeah, should I explain that? I guess.
Wisdom. That.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm more aware than ever. I was just a lot to do with therapy, and the death of my brother made me way more. That makes you aware quickly. Yeah, I'm more aware. I'm more aware. When I started, funny thing is, when you gave me the Jabez prayer, I was already reading it for 2 weeks prior to that.
Yeah. Oof.
So I think I'm just more aware than ever. I'm more aware of myself. I'm more aware of what's in front of me. I'm more aware of what God's doing. I'm more aware of the blessing I have with just me and Bianca, and aware of me living here still, rent free and having a space like this. I'm just very aware. I'm aware of what it takes to. I think my journey is dope because I feel like doing therapy and doing that and having to literally apply principles every day. I don't think people get how hard it is to have to retrain your flesh to think and feel differently based on trauma.
Yeah,
that's hard. It's not like it was a daily journey. So I think because of the constant of doing that for so long, and still now, but I mean the past year has been a blessing, and I've definitely grown to where it's second nature now. So it's not as like, I know, okay, I gotta apply different things and do that. But that's also made me more aware of Micah and more aware of myself more. It's like, man, the things moving so much. It's moved so much slower now.
That's good.
Things move so fast back then. I let things go through my mind. Now I'm so aware of. Oh wait, that thought. Oh wait, hold up. That thought. Oh, that's not. Oh wait, that's not. So I'm more aware than ever. So I think awareness that's where Mike is at right now. Aware.
Wisdom. Beautiful, bro. When I'm start promoting this particular interview, bro, is only gonna be of you. I promise you. So I mean, I'll share it like with whatever like is created, but for me, it's just gonna be about you, bro. I got 2 more questions. What is it gonna take?
Wisdom. No, I mean, it really. I mean, what's it gonna take for Micah to be more aware? To stay aware and be more aware. My 3 things I say every day: being close to God, staying accountable, walking in wisdom. That's it. I don't even ask God for things much anymore. God, help me just be close to you, stay accountable, use wisdom. Everything I want in life stems from those 3 things.
Yeah.
I don't have to ask God. I always want to. Yes, I ask God things. I ask, God, give me wisdom in this decision or whatever. But after a couple of days of asking that, or a day, I'm like, cool. I just got to be close to God, be accountable, walk in wisdom, and everything I desire and want will always stem from those 3 things. So that's how I do it. How I stay aware is being accountable, being close to God, and walking in wisdom every day.
Again, wisdom. Again. My last question is, what is something you want to say to Micah a year from now? Like just directly in the camera, talking straight to
what? A year from now, or a year from where?
Did I say it right? A year later? A year from now, or
so me telling my
your future? No, your future coming up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what I want to tell Micah a year from now. I want to tell Micah even though you've made it and you've reached this pinnacle of love that you've desired for a long time, please don't forget the work that has to go into it, because if not, you will fail again. So please make sure that you enjoy the fruits of the labor that God has blessed you to labor over. But hey, enjoy the moment, live it up. But there's always Monday. Monday is always coming up. After a great weekend, there's always Monday. So And by now you know more than me because you're already in the future. But just know that, you know, congrats, but you got to be the best ever at what you're going to do. And that's being a husband. You got to be the best ever. There's just no, and you know, I know you know me, you know. So you know we're very competitive, but you can't fall short, but you can fall short as long as you don't lose the work behind all of it. So I would say, have fun.
Amen. I'm gonna be so excited when you watch this a year from now, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's gonna be so dope. That's gonna be, oh my god. Yeah, I'm
beautiful, man.
I'm gonna jumping off the walls.
Man, you saying that got me ready to run through a wall right now, bro.
I don't know, man. I love God. I love people, and I'm probably too competitive to a fault. But I mean, I just want to be. And I want to clarify. When I say the best ever, I don't mean comparing to someone. I just want to be the best ever. I don't know what that means. I don't say, oh, I'm better than. I want to be the GOAT at being the best Micah. That's why if I can check, oh, I did my best today. I maximized my potential. I maximized Micah's life through the God's lens. That to me is the GOAT. That's the GOAT for me. Is my best self. That's what I want to be. I want to be who I know I can be.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
I think it's a Drake line. I think Drake said something about Drake said something about, oh, you know, it's something about it's dope when you are who you think you are. That's a dope line. I want to be who I think I am, who I know that God says I am.
Come on.
And if I can be that, I'd be straight. So, yo, this was beautiful.
This is it.
A great pod, bro. I want to just give you your flowers before you give me anything else.
Oh yeah, because you know it's coming.
Oh man! All right, so again, guys, you know, there's like the wall of faith in the Bible in Hebrews.
Hebrews 11, yeah.
Yeah, he is in the wall of human beings, and you know you have the gift of encouragement. You know that, right?
Like, by the grace of God, yes.
You have the gift of encouragement, and yeah, man. I mean, I wouldn't want anyone else, you know, in my corner. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you, man, it's just blessed. Hey, man, I'm so blessed to have the brotherhood I have around me, from even my family to my church family to, you know, it's just the brotherhood I have at Saints. It is so unfair that I get to have all this support, because it's looking scary for the devil with all the support I have. So, yeah, I love you, man. You're so great, and I can't wait to see what God does with you even more. There's another gear that I know you're aware of, that some things have to happen first before that gear takes off, and you're going to do some things and, you know, get married and lock that down first and grow and all that, but it's over.
Amen. And you know, before I give you your flowers, I just this is my camera right here. Dina, baby, I love you. Thank you for being patient with me. I'm literally in this spot right now because of how God has used you. And thank you for just loving me through my faults, through my transgressions, through the things I brought to you that you didn't deserve. So I'm looking forward to what God is going to do for us, and you make it all worth it. So I love you, and I'll see you soon. If you up, I don't know. But now to my brother, man, listen, bro. I'll never forget when we met at Domino Park, and from that point I already knew you were wise. The way you spoke, the way you handled yourself, you were confident about who you were. You were unashamed about who you are.
Thank you, bro.
And the fact that I have the privilege, because it's a privilege, to walk with someone who is going to, one, push me closer to God, and then also make me feel good about myself, it's a privilege, because I'm sure you felt and been around people who have brought you down, who have intentionally brought you down, and we took the brunt of it, you know. So now that I'm connected with a brother who's going to pray for me, uplift me, inspire me for the rest of my life, for the rest of our life, it's a blessing, because you are one of the smartest people I know, one of the wisest people I know, one of the most humble people I know.
Thank you, bro.
And talented, like a true talent, bro. So I know this is the beginning of something beautiful and magnificent. And when, no ifs, when it happens, bro, God is going to be the first to applaud, then Bianca. And I'm going to try to find it to be in the third. 'Cause I know you got your family, but I'm going to be just standing there with a round of applause and more flowers. So thank you for being in my life, bro. Love you, man.
Yo, this has been episode
49
of Things That Come Up. I'm even in the frame a little bit. Of Things That Come Up. Love you guys. This will be out very, very soon, Lord willing. Again, clap it up for my brother Kenny, for coming on the pod, bro. I'm blessed to be in his presence. He said he's blessed. I'm more blessed to be in his presence.
Oh no.
You know, it takes an army to build up people, you know, and I'm blessed to have, you know, the best army in the world, man. The army of my family, my church family. It's so unfair that God's blessed me so much to be where I'm at, and to be able to, you know, I'm with the Warriors. I'm with the Warriors. I'm literally with the Golden State Warriors with KD and Klay Thompson. I'm literally like, bro, it's like, it's this guy. I just gotta just do my best. And
You Steph.
nah.
Yes, yeah.
Oh my God, no. I'd rather be Andre Iguodala, bro. Let me be Andre.
Shout out to Andre, but come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Oh my God. Yo, it's been episode 49. I'll see y'all soon. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Yeah, we're gonna be up very soon. We're up now, but we're gonna be at the top very, very soon. So if you believe that, subscribe and share. Peace.